Welcome to Montgomery, Alabama, where there are happy campers and a wonderful Boondockers Welcome.
So when you get to Cosby's, you need to open that gate. To get in, it is a little tight, but you guys can do this. I know you can. And then close the gate back. If you are a big rig, you will need to disconnect. This is where you park between the cones.
You need to cross over, watch that line of orange cones.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've got it like a foot before you even get to the cones with your tire. Got about 3 foot, 2 foot, and then 1 foot and about 6 inches, and I would stop. So you have about 4 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet. I stop. Okay, I would stop. You're at an angle, but you're getting really close to the line. You have about a foot. Okay, stop. Looking at the treetop. You're right on the cone with both tires on that line. I wouldn't come back again because it's getting pretty soft back there. Our girl's been waiting patiently for us to park. Now it's time for her to come down the drive. Hi, Trigger. It's a strange thing coming your way, huh? There you go. Perfect. So Trigger here lives right on the property, and he will just wander around your RV. Is that your new friend, Fred?
You think so?
All right, let's go in.
All right. Lord, we thank you for this food you placed upon our table. Pray that you bless it to our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Use it to help us grow together. In your name we pray.
All right, Fish Friday, you ready to dig in?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Oh.
We are at Boondockers Welcome, Cosby's place. Let's go.
Yeah, I didn't see Bill, but he might be around here somewhere.
Welcome to Montgomery, Alabama, where there are happy campers and a wonderful Boondockers Welcome. While here at this Boondockers Welcome, you will be residing on a grassy area. It's pretty firm, but you have to be careful because there are some muddy spots. But our host is amazing about telling you exactly the best place to park. At this Boondockers Welcome, there are several picnic tables for you to come out. You can cook outside if you choose to, and just enjoy the beautiful day. There's also a campfire pit here. You can enjoy that as well. If you like cornhole, they do have a cornhole game here, and the bags are right here on the boards. Well, pretty close. You're staying on a beautiful location where you can walk around the yards and enjoy what's offered here. They even have swings in the trees. Pretty cool, yeah. And that's pretty cool. And here comes one of our favorite friends. This is Moo Moo. Yeah, Moo Moo is quite friendly. She likes lots of love. But be very careful. She likes to get in and under your vehicle. There are orange discs in the yard to show you where to park, so you don't go into the places that are a little bit softer. Be extremely careful that you close this gate as you come and go, because there is a resident horse that lives in the yard. Speaking of which, be careful walking around the yard that you do not step in the horse dung. Small price to pay for having such a lovely beast in your yard. Absolutely beautiful. And we get to stay here for 2 nights. There's several spots in the yard where you can enjoy having your meals, or just come out and play a game of cards or something. Of course, Moo Moo will come to visit you. Won't you, Moo Moo? You got some beautiful landscaping in here as well. More property in the back. Another picnic table and a nice little fire ring as well.
Not far from our Boondockers Welcome is the city of Montgomery, where I'm going to bring you in and show you just a few things that you can do while you're visiting this beautiful city. And once upon a time, many years ago, this big square used to be their market area. At the end of the street
is the courthouse. If you're in Montgomery, stop by the Rosa Parks Library and Museum. We're standing here at the children's wing. I remember when I taught first grade, my children absolutely loved studying about Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks. This mural depicts the 54-mile march from Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma. Rosa Parks was arrested in 1955 for refusing to relinquish her seat to a white passenger. She stood her ground and paved ways. Oh, may we all be as determined to do what we think is right. And this is where Rosa Parks stood, waiting for that bus that one day. This is the Winter Building. It was built in 1841. In 1861, the Confederate Secretary of War sent a telegram from the second floor office to the Southern Telegraph Company of Charleston authorizing the Confederate General Beauregard to fire on Fort Sumter. A lot of history here. If you're looking for some nightlife near the river, try out the Alley. They host live music as well. If you're not interested in checking out the museums, then come on down to the Riverfront and take a walk. Let's head on down to see what we can find. Walking down by the river gives you a nice little break away from the city life. It's calm and a little bit quieter down here. There's a few picnic tables down by the waterfront, so if you want to bring your lunch and sit in a quiet, peaceful area instead of eating at one of the big restaurants, you're welcome to do that down here by the waterfront. Montgomery's cotton slide. Back in the day, it was used to bring the cotton from the city down to the steamboats. If you're staying here for any amount of time, perhaps you can catch a concert down here on the water at the amphitheater. This beautiful picture is dedicated to people and leaders who break down walls and build communities. Beautiful spot to bring your lunch or just spend the day. It's a beautiful field to throw your ball down below, walk by the river, or go check out the city. This is where the first steamboat, the Harriet, arrived, right here at this point in 1821. The first railroad came in 1840, making Montgomery a transportation hub for people and commerce. Here at Union Station, you're going to find a statue of the Rainbow Division, the Rainbow Soldier. So in honor of the lightning route, Montgomery was one of the first cities in the Western Hemisphere to convert their trains to electricity. The original electric streetcar in Montgomery, Alabama, this car dates back to 1897. If you're a country western fanatic and love Hank Williams, you can see a statue right in front of the Riverfront entrance. If you're looking for some memorabilia, you can stop by the Hank Williams Museum and Gift Shop right here on Commerce Street. Make sure you stop at the Welcome Center in downtown Montgomery, Alabama for your very own map to show you all the cool spots to check out if you want to do a walking tour of this town. The Selma to Montgomery Voting Rights March was led by Martin Luther King Jr. It ended right here at the Capitol steps. Dr. Martin Luther King addressed over 25,000 people. I believe this march will go down as one of the greatest struggles for freedom and dignity in the nation's history. And here on 624 Washington Avenue in Alabama is your Department of Archives and History, the Museum of Alabama Archival Research. Here is the first White House of the Confederacy, where Jefferson Davis and his family lived until they moved him back to, I believe, Richmond. Couldn't help but stop and sniff the wisteria. Isn't it beautiful? It smells so good. Wish we had smell-o-vision. But if you're in town and you love history and you love old buildings, then come and take this tour. Now this is an old house. This is Old Alabama Town. So Old Alabama Town is quite the treat if you're in this vicinity, but it's a whole village that's been put together from Alabama, and they do tours. So if you're in the vicinity, check out Old Alabama Town. These houses are so quaint and cute. So I'm not going to get to do it today, but if you come early enough and get your tickets, you can go in and out and tour the insides of some of these buildings. And there are plenty of them in this area. This is the old dressmaking shop. Well, the dressmaker had a beautiful shop. Cool sewing machine. Nice place to sit where you're having your outfit created or worked on. Measurements. whatever. Need some fancy hats, ribbons and bows. Just cross over from the dressmaking shop to the millinery. The Continental Gin Company, old Alabama town cotton gin, and there's some cotton still in the building. Well, it's time to haul off that cotton to the market. Load her up and let her rip. Check this out. This is in such good shape. You start your tour here and you go all the way around and check out the process of making cotton. This is a cool gin. So here is your first documented bale of cotton ginned in the United States in the new millennium. They say it was processed in Texas and weighs about 500 pounds. Here's your lint flue for anybody that knows anything about processing gin. Oh, maybe I should say processing cotton. From the Atlas Engine Works, here is a steam engine built in the last decade of the 19th century. There are a lot of moving parts and a lot of different processes that goes into creating cotton. This is the condenser. And this is the bale of cotton that I showed you from the outside. We are on the top floor. So here's the press box and the tramper. So I guess this is where they poop out the cotton in those great big bales. What's a little town without an old grist mill? Oh, how I wish I'd gotten here earlier. We're missing so many cool buildings, but you get the gist. Make sure if you're in Montgomery, Alabama, to stop here at Old Town, Alabama. Your old drugstore and museum. Circa 1990, and you have your Gazette and print shop here in the little town. And here was your plantation office, built in 1841. Plantation office was small, had a little bed and table, tiny little fireplace. But I guess it's a great place to get your business done, especially if you're selling all that cotton. So I just showed you one half of the street. This other half is full of old historical buildings and so much history. If you feel inclined to leave a tip, there's a little tip box right here on the tree. It's time for us to go, and as you can see, Trigger gets kind of close to the fence. Maybe not too close. Moves away when you come up. Oh, bye-bye, Fred. We chose to unhook somewhere else, or hook up somewhere else.
All right, it's time for the Cosby's Place Cellular Service Report. Well, first hotspot out the gate is T-Mobile at 86.3 down and 50.1 up. Second place, Verizon at 57.3 down and 30.6 up. And in the tail end, but no sloucher, is AT&T at 45.3 down and 12.8 up. All really great numbers, all quite usable. We had a great time at Cosby's Place. Well, I'm sure we'll be back there. Like the horse, like the cat. Great location, and we had a good little tour of Montgomery, Alabama. Hope you enjoyed it all. We'll talk to you next time.